Hi, my name is Salomè. I am French and a transformational coach for change makers, and I've worked with Anastasia in February 2020. So, yeah, coaches do get coaches too, and they should. And I did because whether it's for my clients or with myself, I focus a lot on business and professional life because it's my work and I'm really passionate about it. But I thought it would be good to work a little bit more on my personal life, especially my love life and my relationships. And I couldn't have dreamt of a better person to do with than Anastasia. We did a single RTT session, followed then by a breakthrough coaching call. And the combination of the two and what happened in this work over the time of, I think it was like a month or 2 months, was absolutely outstanding and amazing. I was a bit nervous, to be honest, before doing the RTT session, even though I do believe in those tools because I use some of them in my own work and my own coaching. I got a taste of my own medicine, so it was not always super comfortable, but again, she was the best person to do this with. We started the call by, she makes you very comfortable. She makes sure that you feel safe, that you feel understood. Just her energy, as soon as I saw her face and felt her vibe through the screen, all my fears and all my doubts disappeared and I was able to relax and really lean into it. And this work was, again, words are lacking, missing the words to describe the experience. The RTT session went amazingly well. It does help that she has a beautiful voice. I'm not sure that's a requirement to be an RTT therapist, but it helps. So we started with a regression, which was really interesting because I wasn't sure if I could let go enough to make this work. But thanks to Anastasia, and she really does master her art and she knows what she's doing. So she knows how to bring you there without having you feel scared and she knows how to overcome the blocks or the hurdles that can come in the way. So she made me feel safe enough to do it. And so the regression was the most interesting part for me because the memories that popped up were just really surprising. But it made a lot of sense. And we worked on my love life. And so it was very interesting to go back in time and see where the problem came from. So we did this and then had a hypnotherapy, more like focused on hypnotherapy session, which was really good. That's the moment where I was able personally to really let go and follow her voice and follow her suggestions. So the entire experience, it lasted 2 hours. So it can seem a bit long, but with Anastasia, I promise you, it doesn't feel long at all. You would want to stay there forever and do it for hours. So the session itself went really well. Her vibe and her kindness and her loving energy makes you relax and feel safe enough to do it. And she really knows what she's doing. So it was absolutely fantastic. But for me, the most incredible thing happened after that session. Because as soon as we hung up, a few hours later, and I'm not even kidding, a few hours later, I received, completely out of the blue, a message from one of my exes that I had seen during the regression. I had not spoken to for 5 years maybe. And out of the blue, he just messaged me. Just like that, talking about the most random topic. And so I immediately sent a text to Anastasia being like, what kind of witchcraft is that? But apparently it's normal. You're doing some intense clearing apparently. And so for me, that was the moment where I realized that this thing works and this is serious and it's absolutely amazing. So, and then after that, over the next few weeks, a lot of closure happened, a lot of clearing happened. And I knew it had to do with the session because before that, nothing was ever happening. So pretty powerful stuff, I have to say. I couldn't recommend Anastasia enough. Even just for the RTT itself, of course, but also for just the loving energy and the care that she puts into this work. She messages you. She makes sure you're okay. She asks questions. She's always available. This is amazing. It just feels again, it feels very safe. And this was followed a month or so later by a breakthrough coaching session. I'm calling it like that now. I didn't know when I did it that it was going to be so full of breakthroughs, but it was. It was really good to go over what happened after the RTT session and over the course of the last month, listening to the recording. And more than that, we moved sort of on after that, because we started with one issue, and like she says, it's really interesting that you start with one issue, but then you realize that there's another one, like this is healed, this is good, we've done the work, and then there's another one that's very closely linked to it that appears, and so we worked on that as well, and I realized that everything was linked. And she just she says it herself, but her her life path, her life number, means that she's a connector. She connects the dots. That's what she does, and she does that extremely well. You give her some information sometimes that you don't even deem is important or relevant, and she's going to make sense of it. She's going to all of a sudden make you see the bigger picture and understand things that you never would have been able to understand on your own. So this was really good for me in terms of, in terms of realizations. I feel like over the course of a month or 2 months, I've done work that it would have taken me maybe years to accomplish. So, and again, RTT itself is really powerful, but I feel like it wouldn't have been the same with someone else. It really has to do with Anastasia and her professionalism and her vibe and her care and her loving energy that she puts into this. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend doing this with any other person. And if you're hesitating, please do not hesitate. This is the work you need. And if you're watching this video and you're still listening to me, it means it's for you. This is your sign. Please listen to the sign. Like, please.